Hey everybody, so this is day 7 of our Vid Votional series, Before Him. It is Sunday, it is the final day, and I hope you've been able to take some time this week to get before Him, to get alone with Him, so that He can remind you of why He lives in you, and He can remind you and craft your response in every single moment that we find ourselves in. Whenever a response is demanded, that He allows us, he is formulating that response in us, and by coming into His presence, we allow Him to do that work for us. And so we talked yesterday about not responding out of guilt and responding from sincerity, and how a kingdom-filled, spirit-led response is always going to be a sincere response, and it should never be led from guilt because someone is demanding a response from us. So today, the last day, we're not going to necessarily go to someone who we see in Scripture that is coming before the Lord and seeing what's happening, but I just want to encourage you in the end of this, what it says in Psalm 37, verse 5. The psalmist says, "Commit your way to the Lord. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in Him, and He will act." And how will He act? It says He will bring forth your righteousness like light. And so when you think about this for a moment, we'll break this down for a second. When you think about light, when you think about a light in a room that's turned off, and when someone turns it on, when light floods something, when light gets turned on in a room, it floods the whole room. It illuminates the whole room. And not only does it illuminate the whole room, but everyone who's in the room sees the light, sees it, and can see it, and is affected by it. So what the Lord is saying is that if you make your ways, if your ways are committed to Him, and you trust in Him, then He will act on your behalf. And what will He do on your behalf? He will bring forth righteousness, His righteousness through you like light. So when people are around you, they can't help but know and help but notice righteousness in you. And righteousness really just is right standing before God. It's knowing that we are in right standing before Him. It's knowing that we're not under judgment. It's living in His presence. It's understanding His truth. So being in right standing before God is amazing because it allows us to live in peace with joy. And so He says, He will bring forth your righteousness as light. And then He says, be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. And I think that's so important because as we come through this whole week, maybe He hasn't shown you how to respond for a particular moment, for a particular issue, for a particular situation that's going on in your life right now. Maybe He hasn't shown you how to respond yet. And I just want to encourage you that that's okay, because it says, be still before the Lord and wait on Him. So it's so important, even though we've talked about what His presence does and how it crafts our response, even if we've come to the end of this week and we still don't know how to respond, it's okay. Continue to press in, continue to know Him, continue to come into His presence, continue to avail yourself so that He can craft your response, and wait on Him until He gives you the moment, the time, the right words to say in response to whatever it is that you've been called to respond to. So I want to encourage you with that. Again, this is the last day. Wait on Him. Wait on Him. Wait in His presence. Rest in Him. And be before Him. Be still before Him. And allow Him to craft that response, even if you feel like you don't know how to respond, even over this last week of talking about how we're to respond in every situation, in every moment that we have in front of us in our lives. So I want to encourage you with that again. Be still in Him and wait for Him. Wait for Him. And don't let anyone demand a response from you just because they want it. So I hope that encourages you guys. Kind of bummed we're at the end of this, but I think it's been good. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've gotten something out of it. And take care. It's Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. And have a wonderful Sunday. Have a wonderful day with your families, and we'll see you guys soon.